Let's brainstorm because our pod is so raging hetero, male
Yeah.
normative, cisgender, rah
Yeah.
rah, high tea. Look at me, I'm a boy. So I'm thinking wood
By the way,
paneling.
nothing says high tea like, look at me, I'm a boy.
Look at me and my batting. Whee! Maybe we do wood paneling. Maybe we do like a keg, like we have something on draft, like a kombucha on draft.
Kombucha.
Kombucha.
Nothing says cis like kombucha.
That's how cisgender high tea men. That's what we call it.
We call it kombucha. I would love, my dream would be if we could make it look like, Josh, we're in a gorgeous wood sauna.
Yes.
That is what I want. Those wood panels. And then randomly we can just like drop a bunch of water on those coal and you see the smoke come in. That set, that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Are you good with that?
Absolutely. Our end game as Jewish men is sauna. It's us eating at 11 a.m. for lunch, 3:30 for dinner.
Yes.
And eating high caloric, high sodium foods
Yes.
of our ancestors. I'm talking
Yes.
deli. I'm talking Golan Heights, shawarma. I want to have a standing shawarma date every week where we're eating.
Josh,
They're coming and
don't
they're
tease me.
shaving the meat.
Imagine a shawarma concept, Josh, where you have one person holding it and another person shaving it tableside.
Yeah, well, it's called Fogo de Chao.
Wow, sounds sick.
It's
I
great.
mean-
It exists.
It does. Okay. Well, I thought of it independently.
No, I agree with you. That's
Benny and Joshy stealing ideas.
Benny and Joshy committing IP fraud. But that's you'll never be able to eat it because it's pork. But in LA, we have these incredible Mexican taco setups where people will literally be on like the side of a street and they'll set up this gorgeous spit and it's El Pastor, baby. El Pastor. Olivia knows.
Yes.
She knows what's up. And it's their version of shawarma, but it's with a beautiful, this pork is gorgeous. And then they've got, for a little flair, they've got a pineapple on top. And the sweetness is dripping into the meat.
Wow.
It's gorgeous.
I love pineapple on everything. I don't think we've ever spoken about this. Am I ordering pineapple on pizza? Of course not. Okay?
Crazy.
But would I eat it? Happily. And anybody that pretends that pineapple doesn't enhance almost anything, it's of course not a good thing to order pineapple on pizza, but you can't tell me it doesn't taste independently good. It doesn't taste like pizza. It's not pizza, but it still tastes delicious. I love pineapple in chicken. I love pineapple in steak. Pineapple with chocolate. Pineapple is versatile as hell.
Not only is pineapple versatile, it's also the same word in like 3 different languages. In French, it's ananas. In Hebrew, it's ananas. And in Russian, it's ananas.
How the hell do you know that?
I wish I could
Why
get
do you
shit
know
out
that?
of here.
Why do you know that?
I wish I could get shit out of my brain. This is why I spend so much on talk therapy. It's because it all sticks. It all imprints.
Benny and Joshy talking about ananas.
Yes, ananas. Isn't that crazy? Someone's
That
going
is-
to correct me,
that-
but
No, it's close enough for sure. And that is crazy. And I want to know how we came. I guess we just came. How did we come up with pineapple?
I don't know. I don't know what the etymology is. Olivia?
English explorer Captain John Smith was one of the earliest to record the word for the tropical fruit in 1624. But he says more than likely it was so named by the practice of calling a newly encountered fruit apple. And he saw the little pokey things and was like, that's a pine, like pine tree, pineapple.
I just wonder,
Yeah.
with someone like John Smith, he didn't know any Jews. For sure.
Oh no.
In the 1600s, your name is John Smith. It might as
No.
well be Anglo-Saxon. You know what I mean?
He had-
he did
no.
not know a guy named Moish.
He had never even heard of a guy named Moish.
No.
Moish was not even on his radar, John Smith.
You know, the sort of like, obviously, and sadly, it's used as like a trope or a stereotype with Jewish people that we tend to be in finance, even though part of it is true, right? Do you know where some of that they say came from? And I'm not making a gigantic generalization, but it is a part of it.
Where being in finance came from?
Being in money.
Well, it's because we couldn't be in other things.
That's right. It's because of usury.
Yeah, we couldn't be in other things. The Christians wouldn't let us. So we did what we did best, or we did what we did and we did it best.
It's because a Christian to a Christian, as interpreted in the New Testament, could not give a loan with interest. You could not charge interest on a loan. So they were like, if we're not going to let them farm potatoes, we'll let the Jews lend money and charge a small amount of interest.
Correct.
Unless you don't make your payments on time, then we might have to send, Avram
John
to
Smith.
break your knees.
Yes, exactly.
But that's a part of it. And it's interesting, right? Like,
it's more than a part of it. It's it. Like, I don't think that that's a stereotype at all. Like, that's the truth. The stereotype is that we're in money because we control the world. Right. The opposite of the stereotype is that we're in money because you made us. And boy, are you licking your wounds. How angry are you now?
Well, it's funny because obviously social media knows my algorithm, so I'll get fed these like incredible highlight reels of Jewish basketball players who are in college or whatever, completely crushing it. And and my heart will skip a beat and I'll be like, oh my God, like, is there a great Jewish hope coming to that's going to be in the Final Four? And then I'll do a little digging and find out, yes, they're the number one player on the number one team in the Division III basketball league.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, cool.
This is the problem with a highlight reel, okay?
Right.
Because you don't get a detailed explanation of who they're playing against.
Right. It's
and
you don't know it's the Maccabees versus the Israelites.
The blind.
Today, the yeshiva beat the Braille Institute 110 to 109.
I specifically remember in elementary school, we would have like soccer games and we would always play against this one school that was the deaf school. We would play against them and they would always win.
Really?
Always.
Shout out.
Swear. Always win. Just because you're deaf doesn't mean you're not athletic.
Is knowing American Sign Language cooler than knowing any other language?
I think that knowing American Sign Language is incredibly cool as long as you're in a group of people that also know it. Otherwise, you're kind of like signing to yourself.
Right.
It's a very cool thing to know, but I would say that I would personally prefer to be fluent in Spanish.
If someone's doing sign language by themselves, you go like, oh, he's talking to himself.
You like a really, really angry, down on himself deaf guy just looking in the mirror.
A schizophrenic deaf person. I think Randy's schizophrenic. How do you know he's deaf? Well, he's signing to people that aren't there.
He's been signing at the telephone pole for the last half hour. It's so good. Oh, or so bad.
Do you think they're thinking about this on Call Her Daddy? They're not.
They're not thinking about anything over there. If you want to go there for your brain to turn to mush, this is the place, okay? You're going to learn a little bit about El Pastor. You're going to learn that pineapple is the same in 3 languages. And you're going to start to think about what happens when you're schizophrenic and blind and deaf. All right, now let's move on to schizophrenic and blind.
It's so true. Is it true or what?
It's true, Josh. It's true.